Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. Stock standard Emily start to the day. It is slightly earlier than normal, so it will be interesting to see who is raring to go and at their desk already. Thank you for being here. For the handful that have already jumped on, yay, loving you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It does make going live a bazillion times better when there are some people there. I'm just going to make sure this is working on my computer. I hope you had a fab weekend. Mine was a little bit bananas, but good nonetheless. I had a good balance of work and play and me and home life and all the rest of it. I wanted to talk to you this morning about competition. God, sorry about my hair. Hi, Claire. Hope you're well. Hope your body's okay after a big Tough Mudder weekend. Very proud of you. Good job, girl. So I wanted to talk to you about your competition or your competitors. And the reason why I bring this up is because I reckon hey, Kristen. Yes, you're here. My Monday morning regular. I love it. Thank you, girl. I reckon every conversation that I start with my even potential clients before we've even agreed to work with one another, my clients are stuck in this place of there's too much competition in the marketplace. I'm never going to cut through. It's all too hard. I just think I'm going to go back to my day job or do something different. And and I totally understand that because I've been there myself. You get stuck in this spiral of fear and overwhelm and self-doubt, and you just kind of feel completely paralyzed by what's going on out there and what all of the competitive landscape looks like. Pretty much before you've even got to the point of going, okay, well, how am I going to play and where am I going to play and what am I going to do? Which is why I thought I would talk this morning about mindset. She's getting all woo-woo on us. And I'm not, I'm totally not, I'd like to be more so, but it's just not congruent to who I am. But the mindset has played a huge role in the success of my business to date, and I have no doubt will continue to do so. But at the same time, without getting all woo-woo and spiritual, I guess, there are absolutely ways that you can implement some of this thinking to help you grow your business. So I am the first to admit that when I first started my business, I was obsessed by what my competitors were doing. I reckon the first thing I did when I joined social media for my business was I liked all their pages, I downloaded all their freebies, I joined their mailing lists, and I watched like a crazy person. I probably stalked maybe a little bit, just a little bit. And I became obsessed by what my competitors were doing. And I spent all of that time, effort, and energy focusing on what they were doing rather than focusing on what I could be doing. And we all have limited resources. We all have family and life and all the balls juggling in the air. And I was spending so much of my time reading their emails and going through their freebies and sitting there thinking, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to do this. And what am I going to do? And they've already done that, so I can't do that. And I have to change this and da-da-da-da. Which is so counterproductive. And hence I found myself in that space of overwhelm, of fear, absolute imposter, badass imposter. What am I doing here? Who am I to think that my business could ever be successful? I'm going to have to start again. I'm going to have to go and, plan B, plan C, plan D, whatever it might be. And it was only when I started to change my mindset or that somebody made me aware of the hole that I had dug myself or the rabbit hole that I was well and truly in, did I realize that I was actually in control of all of those thoughts and all of those actions and behaviors that I was doing, and that I could change all of them. And that's when I learnt extensively about mindset and the power of the mind and how it really is bazillion times more important than the marketing side of things. The marketing side of things is so super duper easy to learn. I can teach you, I can show you, I can hold your hand, I can kick your ass, I can do the works. But to get in control of the mind and to be aware of how your thoughts and what's going on in your head is impacting your day to day is a little trickier. And I can absolutely help you with that as well. But you've got to have a balance between the marketing and the mindset. So bear with me. So when I was stuck in the overwhelm, in the, oh my God, I can't compete with them, comparisonitis kind of space, I was stuck in a scarcity mindset. So I was sitting there thinking, there's only so many clients and all of my competitors have already stolen them from me. There's no one that's going to work from me, who's going to want to work with me. There's a limited number of opportunities and I've already missed the boat. It's all too hard. I'm giving up. Scarcity, scarcity, scarcity. And the flip side to that, so I was stuck in fear. I was stuck in anxiety. I was stuck in a place of almost desperation, which is a little bit confronting saying out loud, but that's exactly where I was at. Like, I was desperate for new clients. I really, really wanted to make a really red hot go of my business. I believed in myself, but I was shit scared that I'd already missed the 8 ball. I'd already missed the start gun, I guess, and that I was behind everybody else, and that I had missed all the clients and there was no one left for me. So scarcity was really freaking ugly, if I'm really honest. And it was only when I started to become more self-aware of that did I realize the importance of changing that to become an abundant mindset. Now, you've probably heard about abundance mindsets, heaps. Like, it's a really common buzzword or term, I guess. But it's when you change your mind to think that anything is possible and there are endless possibilities out there. Endless clients, endless pools of money, I guess you could say. And it's when you kind of switch your mind from going, there's not enough clients, I'm already behind, to there's heaps of opportunity out there, let's go and get them. Do you realize how powerful that abundant mind space or that abundant mindset can be for your business? So to get or to change or to get into that space, I've got a couple of tips for you and I'm going to take you through them. And I have written notes again because notes. I was giggling at Cherie from the Digital Picnic doing her Facebook Live last week, talking about when she first got on the telephone to her boyfriend, she wrote talking notes just so they didn't have any of those awkward silences. He probably wasn't even a boyfriend at the time, like a pre-boyfriend, if that's even a thing. Anyway, I am exactly the same, like talking points I still do it today if I'm really honest with some people. Anyway, and I also do it with my Facebook Lives. So, the secret to having it all is absolutely believing that you already do, which is a really good quote that I love that I've got stuck up around my house. I don't know whose quote it is, but I'm stealing it. Sorry if it's yours. Please let me know because I talk about it all the time. So come and tell me who you are and I'll credit you moving forward. The secret is absolutely believing that it's already there or that you can already go and get it. It's not about this limited small pool of clients or customers or sales or income or dollars or whatever. It's about this big, wide, wonderful world that we live in, and the world is our oyster. Like, to be really cliche, it really is. So changing that perspective from there's not enough, I'm never going to get there, to, well, what if, is kind of exciting. And it's a really, really motivating and inspiring place for you to start to move yourself into. Now, the world has endless possibilities, and there is a few little things that I would like you to start to have a think about introducing in your day-to-day to help you get there. Now, the first thing for me was being grateful and appreciating what you already do have. Because if you're sitting there going, oh, I've got nothing, no clients, nobody loves me, I'm not making any sales, I don't have enough money, you're completely focusing on the negative and you're not considering, reminding and living in all the good stuff. So all the positive stuff that is already happening for you. So it's starting to be more mindful and more aware of, well, what are the good things? I've got great people online who love and support me. I am making sales, maybe not enough, but I am making some. Or my product is new, or my product is different, or my packaging looks great, or whatever it might be. Focusing on some of the good things will already push you forward out of scarcity and into abundance. Now, this second point is a bit controversial and I'm not suggesting that you need to become OCD Emily, but being organized absolutely helps you move or helps you transition into an abundant mindset. Because if you are living in chaos, there's clutter and crap everywhere, you're not on top of your to-do list, you feel like you're completely out of control, etc., 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 you're not feeling good about yourself. So it's really easy to sit in that poor me, pity party, I don't have enough, things aren't going my way, it's never going to work space, versus if you're organized, you've got your shit together, you feel semi in control, and you don't need to be like planned to the eyeballs, you will naturally feel better about yourself and about your ability to go out there and take advantage of all of those opportunities that you now see are out there. So that's why I place such a big emphasis on efficiency and organization and time management in my business, because it does so much for my confidence and for my ability to put my game face on and get out there and, like smash the day basically. So if you've got paper everywhere and your office looks like a disaster, or if you're not on top of what you're meant to be doing and when you're meant to be doing it, you don't feel like you're in control and you don't feel like you're driving your business. It really feels like your business is driving you, or that, your customers and your clients are pulling you left, right, and center. So getting on the front foot and getting a little bit organized will have a huge impact, not only to your productivity and your output, but also to your confidence and your mindset. So getting on that front foot and starting to realize that there is heaps of potential out there for customers, for clients, for sales, for business, for your business. And if you're a little bit organized and a little bit strategic in your plan of attack, you're on the front foot and you're already off and running. Boom. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? The third point for me is about learning from others. Now, I am slightly obsessed with life learning, I guess. Upskilling is something I try and do on a weekly basis, if not a daily basis even. And I'm not talking about textbooks and all the rest of it, but surrounding yourself with people and or with resources that are already where you want to be. So people that are already living in abundance, or already starting to show, or already have those signs of, the world's my oyster, I'm out there getting it and I'm out there doing what I'm meant to be doing. You can learn from them and you can mirror what they're doing. And that doesn't mean you need to sit there studying them and be like a crazy stalker. It just means you can if you want, but it also just means that learn and surround yourself with people that you think are awesome. Full stop. That might be people online. It might be listening to podcasts. It might be, reading books and all the different learning tools that we have available to us in today's day and age. Surrounding yourself with awesome people who have got your back, who are uber positive and upbeat and motivating and all the rest of it, can absolutely help you move from scarcity to abundance. And forever upskilling yourself not only gives you good new skills, it also builds your confidence and makes you realize that, yes, there is all these opportunities out there. I've got my strategic plan in place. I know what I'm going to do. And now I've got these new skills. Can you kind of feel the snowball? Like you're building that momentum forward and you're starting to put those baby steps in place so that you're moving forward. And the mindset that you once had around there's not enough, I'm not going to catch up, I'm already behind, I'm not making enough money, whatever it might be, all my clients have gone to my competitors, is kind of like way back here or back here, wherever, in the past, because you've got your plan of attack, you're organized, you're building your skills, you're surrounded by awesome people. The world is jam-packed, like oozing opportunities. How are you going to start to take advantage of some of them? So curating that environment that you thrive in with awesome people is super important for you to move forward, The other really interesting thing for me, and I've been really inspired by a few people in this space, is starting to look at situations as being win-win situations. And I think coming from a corporate background, you're kind of trained to a great degree to see things as a win-lose situation. Someone's always the winner and someone always loses. And that might be in customer meetings, it might be in negotiations. I'm going in wanting this, you're going in wanting that. It's clashing of heads. I won, you lost. It's always this kind of winner-loser mentality. However, in today's day and age, in the social media landscape particularly, there is such a thing as a win-win situation. Shock horror, win-win. Sounds really 101, I know, but collaborating with others and partnering in these mutually beneficial relationships can start to help you to understand that there is an infinite number of possibilities or opportunities out there for all of us if we just go out there and take advantage of them. So Jess from Collabosaurus is like nirvana in this space. She motivates me literally every single week, reminds me constantly to get out of my comfort zone and collaborate and partner with other people. Not only does it feel freaking awesome to showcase their amazingness, it also feels amazing to partner with a fellow biz buddy who's doing an awesome job at whatever they're doing, that you two can partner together to build this kind of unstoppable force, I guess, which again just helps you to move into that abundant mindset. You're working with a partner and you're both winning. It's mutually beneficial. Like, it's an awesome collaboration or situation, which again reminds us that there are infinite possibilities, etc., etc., etc. So having a think about how you can collaborate. Sure, you don't need to collaborate with your direct competitors. You don't need to call the person who's doing exactly the same thing and go, hi, let's collaborate. But it might be somebody in a slightly different field. It might be a promotion or like my Facebook Lives when I've brought on other service providers who are doing awesome things. We've partnered to kind of showcase our skills and to give you some great value. And that not only makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside, but it also reminds me of this infinite possibilities out there in the workplace, or out there in the universe, I guess. The other piece, I'm going to be mindful of time, I've got a client. The other piece of the puzzle for me is to be self-aware. So this is a really, really, really big one for me. And it's really, really, do you think I could say that more? Like really, really, really? It's really important, or it's really easy, I should say, to slip back into that old mindset, to slip back into the, oh, it's all too hard, I can't be bothered, it's not going to work, I'm already behind, my competitors have stolen all my customers, etc., etc. That's obviously not where you want to be, but it's so easy. When you've been in that habit and you've been in that space for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, that's home for you. Like, that is the familiar territory where you can kind of slump down and go, yep, all too hard, never going to work. Versus the new space, or the new Emily, or the new you, is around abundance. But being self-aware of those two thoughts and feelings, or the thought processes and the feelings that you have, can really help you switch out of that negative space far quicker than you would have ever done before. So a way that I do this, and we all do this, like, we are absolutely all work in progresses. I'm not saying that, now that I'm in the abundance mindset, I'm here for life and welcome to the party. I often slip back there. Like, we all slip back there. Shit doesn't go our way, things don't happen the way that we thought they were going to, or we get bad news, or whatever it might be. It's really, really easy to slip back into, God, it's hard, how can I be bothered? But being aware of that change in mind, and aware in that change in behavior and personality and the state that you're in, Tony Robbins, is what will help you bounce back into the positive sooner or quicker than you ever had before. So one of the biggest things that I do, and I share this often, and people always kind of go, oh, she's nuts. And I'm maybe a little bit bananas for doing this, but it helps me like nothing else does. I leave myself Post-it notes around the house. And for my girlfriends that have lived with me, they remember them. And for my partner and my children that now live with me, they know them, all about them as well. But it's such a powerful and such a simple tool that you can laugh at me, and that's totally fine. But until you've given it a crack and you've seen the power of such a damn simple tool, I want you just to hold your judgment. So I stick Post-it notes on my mirror in my bathroom. I stand there every day and I brush my teeth for 3 minutes each time. So for those 6 minutes every day, I'm reading my Post-it notes and I'm reminding myself of, follow the game plan, stick with it, you've totally got this, you rock. All those like simple little boom mantras that I know, saying these things out loud, and you're probably sitting there hearing them going, yeah, she's crazy. But it has a phenomenal impact on my mind. It's exactly the same in my cupboard. I have a full length mirror, and like you do every day when you get dressed, you put your full clothes on, put your outfit on, and you look at yourself and you go, oh, my hips are too big, or my boobs are too small, or my hair looks shit, or whatever it might be. I've got little reminders now that go, you look awesome, follow the game plan, keep going, love your dress, da-da-da-da. Flip the mindset, get into the positive and move forward. Now, I know for some of you that sounds like I'm bananas, and I'm actually okay being totally bananas, that's fine. But I want you to give it a crack. For those, whether it be your mirror or whether it be in your bathroom, in your car, wherever you spend those little moments of time where you need that go Emily kind of reminder, or go Kristen or Claire or whoever it is, that little reminder, that's where you need to put that reminder. And it's the same with the fridge. Like, I stick Post-it notes on the fridge. Heaven forbid. I think I'm oversharing now. Am I oversharing? Tell me if I'm oversharing. I stick reminders on the fridge. Some of it is positive motivation stuff, and some of it is to remind me not to eat some of the stuff in the fridge. And that's okay, but that works for me. And that is a tool that I use that keeps me aware and keeps me motivated and keeps me in that positive space. Yeah? Am I kind of making sense? Bananas. Totally bananas. I'm not making sense, Claire. Okay. That's reassuring. Okay, so the other piece for me is to embrace change. So to stay in that abundance mindset, things like life is going to change. Shit is going to happen. Things aren't going to go to plan, but being able to embrace that change. Thanks, Kristen, 100%. Gotcha, girl. Being able to embrace that change as a positive thing is what's also going to help you stay in that positive mindset. So change is totally scary. I absolutely understand that. It's scary for me too. Like, I sit here and I talk about abundance mindsets all the time, but when things don't go my way, my instant reaction is, oh, didn't go my way. Oh, that's crap. I'm shit, whatever it might be. But it's just how quickly you can flip into the positive to remind yourself that a change is a good thing. And I don't know what the number is, what the percentage is, but a lot of the time, it pushes you into a more positive space. That initial moment where things change and you're like, oh, this is not how I planned it, is really uncomfortable. But once you've got through that initial phase, I'll say 95% of the time, a large proportion of the time, you are already in a far better off place or a far better place than you ever would have been. So I would really encourage you to see change as a positive thing, embrace it and relish it, and enjoy what those new possibilities or those new opportunities are, because you've probably never considered them. And it's only when you're forced into that uncomfortable space, do you kind of go, oh, so what does this mean for me? And what does this mean for my business? And how do I do this? And what's next? And, where do those opportunities lie? So thinking big, having some of those big, hairy, scary goals and embracing the change will absolutely help propel you forward. Lots of semi-deep stuff. I totally get that for 9:30 on a Monday morning. I might have pushed the envelope a bit too far, but bear with me. Go back and reread this Facebook Live. It's obviously too early for me as well. Re-listen to the video. Have it just playing in the background while you're doing stuff, because there are lots of really, really simple but extremely powerful tools and tips in here that will help you move your mindset from scarcity into abundance. There are endless possibilities. Go away, messages. There are endless possibilities for all of us. And it's just when we start to control our inner critic a little bit. And all of what I've talked through today is kind of a no BS approach to it all. It's not super fluffy. It doesn't take heaps of time. It's just some really practical steps that help you get aware of the scarcity that you're probably sitting in today and how you can move into that abundance. So I always set homework. Get your pens. Are you ready? Write down your homework. 2 things I want you to do this week. I want you to unsubscribe from your competitors' email lists. I know you are on all of them. I know you've signed up for your competitors and you've downloaded all their freebies and you've, blah, 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 blah. I want you to unsubscribe and I want you to stop following them on Facebook. Unfollow. You can still like their page, but you can unfollow. So then you're in control when you go and have a look at what they're doing. They're not always in your feed and always in your face. So getting your competitors out of your face or out of your world will give you endless possibilities to play a different set of rules. Because when we're obsessed with watching our competitors, we play by their rules, we use their language, we end up being a clone, inadvertently or subconsciously a lot of the time. So unsubscribe to your competitors. And the second thing I want you to do is to put some of those reminders around. You don't need to stick them in the bathroom or on the mirrors. I'll send you a photo of mine so you can see and you can have a little giggle at my expense. That's totally fine. But I want you to set some of those reminders. It might be in your calendar. It might be a text message that you read every morning when you first get out of bed. Whatever it might be, I want you to put some of those reminders in place to remind yourself that there's lots of opportunity out there, abundance, 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 that if you're aware of where you're at and what your potential is, that you can absolutely go out there and smash it. Get it? Got it? Good? Leave me comments below. Big week ahead. Shout out if I can help. I've got quite a bit of time this week. I'm actually really looking forward to this week. Quite a bit of time. So if you need anything, just comment below and let's chat. Like we can jump on the phone or we can have an email conversation, whatever. But this is really, really, really important. And I think I'm really confident, really, it's like my word of the day. About to say it again. And I'm confident that it can have a huge impact on your business. So have a listen, have another listen, have another listen again, do your homework and shout, put your hand up if you need help. Have a brilliant day. Hope it's a good one. I'm quite looking forward to my day now. I've organised some last minute things to keep me amused and to push my love button along, I guess, catching up with a girlfriend, all that sort of stuff. And I'm off to a client, so I've got to go. Lots of love. Have a good week. Bye.